Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Immortality is a topic that conjures up images of beauty and imagination, which has been talked about since ancient times. For example, it's said in the Bible, "I'm the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord, he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live, and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die." Over the past 1,000 years, instances of people who become immortal from believing in religion have never been found, but this hasn't affected people's pursuit of immortality. Therefore, in modern society, many people hope to achieve immortality by turning to advanced science and technology. In 1967, scientists were commissioned to freeze the body of an American physicist, James Bedford, using cryogenic technology. In July 2015, the body of John Wenlian, a common voluntary worker in Shandong, China, underwent the same treatment. By doing these, scientists hope to continue studying the resurrection of the human body, so that when the technology become available in the near future, they could possibly thaw and resurrect these bodies. Is the belief in immortality a scientific fantasy or a reality? The book The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks will tell you the answer to this question. This book not only tells the story of the immortal cells HeLa and the owner Henrietta Lacks, but also shows the history of human medical progress. It presents people's discussions on medical ethics, the ownership of bodily tissues, and the right to informed consent over the last century. The author of the book is Rebecca Skloot, a well-known scientific writer in the United States. She has been curious about Henrietta and her cells since she was 16 years old, and began studying and investigating the story of HeLa many years later. After 10 years of exploration, the author not only discovered the secret of HeLa's immortality and the story behind the cells, but also learned about the moral and ethical challenges that scientists faced when using HeLa cells in their research. The author finally finished this 320,000-word documentary work of literature and published it. She wanted to help people understand the immortal life of Henrietta Lacks, and hoped to draw their attention to the value of life, individual dignity, and medical ethics. Next, I will tell you the story of HeLa in 3 parts. Part 1: The previous and present life of HeLa. Part 2: HeLa's great contributions. Part 3: Problems caused by HeLa. Let's start with the first part, the previous and present life of HeLa. For those who are uninitiated, let us first introduce what HeLa is. HeLa is the cell of Henrietta Lacks, who was a Black American woman. As such, the story should begin with Henrietta Lacks herself. Henrietta Lacks was born in a shanty in Roanoke, Virginia in the United States on August 1, 1920. Her mother passed away 4 years later. Her father sent her to their old home in Clover, Virginia, where she lived with her grandfather Tommy Lacks and cousin David Lacks. Henrietta and David got up at 4 o'clock every morning to feed the livestock and look after the orchard. They then went to the tobacco field with other relatives to plant or harvest tobacco. They spent almost their entire childhood like this. Henrietta at the age of 20 and David at the age of 25, held their wedding ceremony at a priest house on April 10, 1941. David began to work in a steel mill near the Turner Station at the end of the same year. Henrietta also moved to the Turner Station a few months later and started a new life. She cooked meals for David and their children during the day, and often danced with her best friend Sadie in the bar at night, or played bingo at home. Sadie said, "Henny made life come alive. Being with her was like being with fun. Henny just loved peoples. She was a person that could really make the good things come out of you." However, good times always pass quickly. On January 29, 1951, Henrietta went to the Hopkins Hospital for a physical examination, and a vicious case of cervical cancer was discovered. She received radiation treatment at this hospital on February 6, which was the most common therapeutic method for cervical cancer at all hospitals in the United States at that time. After the procedure, Dr. Wharton wrote in the report